Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin joins me now. Senator, welcome.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
So your assessment of how Pete did in that hearing and overall his confirmation chances?
He did great. I mean, you're talking about a guy that showed how to be calm and collective and stay cool-headed with oncoming fire, especially oncoming fire that's not just bullets snapping overhead, but true personal attacks. He went into the hearing in a really good position. He came out of the hearing in a great position. I don't know if you noticed, but late night, CNN even said that they thought the Democrats' questioning actually was harmful, not helpful, and harmful in a way that made them look silly, because Pete was just so good. He was very well prepared. And if you're talking about understanding President Trump's picks, he's put people in place that may be outside the resume that's traditionally in these government positions, but it hasn't been going well. And he's put people in there that's going to make change and can get it done. And Pete showed himself true to that statement.
You had a moment the other day that caught my attention when you clearly thought some of the attacks were personal and unfair. Let's play it, and I'll get you to react.
Okay.
The senator from Virginia starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because a man's made a mistake.
Did you get some blowback from that from your colleagues after the hearing?
I really didn't. Even Democrats came up to me and said, you know, thank you. Because if this body, the Senate body, is going to hold themselves up at this standard and hold other people at that standard, then we better make sure we're hitting that standard. And we don't. And I'm not trying to say that I'm the most moral man. I'm not. I'm not going to point that out to anybody, because I'm not a great individual. I try to be, but it's by the grace of the Lord and my wife that I'm even who I am today. But if this body, especially Senator Kaine, is going to be out there calling Pete out on this and not hold his own colleagues accountable, come on, give me a break. But what was really frustrating to me, Mike, is that Jenny, his wife, is sitting right behind him. And now they've worked through some difficult situations, and they've made it. And they're raising their kids together. And they love each other. And it's evident that they love each other. And here she is sitting behind her husband, who is getting attacked. And she's taking the oncoming fire, too. And I know if that's my wife, Christy, sitting behind me, she would want somebody to defend me as well. And that's what really got my blood boiling, by showing the hypocrisy of these Democrats by doing this to them. We're no better than anybody else. And we should make sure that we're treating everybody equal based on their job. If we've all got a past, well, that means we can all go past our past if we admit that it was a wrong path to go down, and we can become better of it. And that's what I know myself. I have become better because of mistakes that I have made, and I've overcome them. And so have everybody, and so is everybody else.
What about the Trump agenda going forward? Obviously, your constituents are counting on you getting stuff done quickly.
Right.
One big, beautiful bill this spring. Your thoughts, or should it be two bills, or how do you get as many points on the board soon?
Well, President Trump has made it clear he wants one big, beautiful bill, and we're going to try to deliver that for him. One big, beautiful bill will probably have to originate out of the House first, because it's going to have taxes. Now, both chambers can move a reconciliation bill. Taxes specifically have to be moved out of the House. So one big, beautiful bill would include taxes. Two bills would mean border and energy and regulation on one bill, and then taxes on the second bill. What we want to do is do one big, beautiful bill like the president wants, but we can't allow Congress to get bogged down on it either. At some point, we're going to have to make legislation and not just live off executive orders. The executive orders will be in place, but we want to make them permanent. And so I would say that we can probably wait until maybe Memorial Weekend, and then after that, we're going to have to move, and we may not even be able to wait that long, but that's our game plan, to see, can we wait that long before we move reconciliation if the House can get it done. Ultimately, results is what the president wants, and results is what Congress, the Republican Congress, is going to deliver for him.
We're nearly out of time, but you know the slim majority in the House. You know the House.
Very well, yes.
How do they get it done, and how do you tell some of them, take a really good bill if it's not perfect?
Well, we can't allow perfection to get in the way of good. In this particular case, we're going to have to negotiate among each other. In business, I always wanted 110%, but I would negotiate to 70 and walk away at 69. We're going to do the same thing, but there's interesting facets, right? So you got Chip Roy, for instance. Chip Roy, he wants to offset SALT with raising corporate taxes.
Right.
That's a non-starter.
Right.
But at the same time, border is very important to him and his state. Energy is very important to him and his state. So if you can combine those and put one big, beautiful bill together, it gives people something that they may have to accept, but that some of it they have to have too. And that's why one beautiful bill, if we can get it done, is the best path forward. But once again, if we can get it done.
Senator Markwayne Mullin, great to see you. Enjoy inauguration weekend.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.